Hi, this short tutorial is to show you how to put the messages you are sending out to subscribers through your Remind account onto your website so that your website is constantly updated with the latest information in your class. So first thing you do is you have to have the Remind account already set up. So I have gone online and you can see I am logged in to Remind. I have one class, so that is right there. And I am actually going to go ahead and make a new class so that I can show you a difference if you have one class or if you have multiple classes. So we're going to call it creative writing. Okay. Alrighty, I'll go ahead and exit out of that. Alright, so now I have two classes over here. So I have a website. I want the website to be updated with the latest information every time. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click on widgets. So up in the top right corner, I found a little person icon and I clicked on widgets. So over here, you'll see there are different kinds of widgets depending on what type of website builder you use. Since the majority of us are using Google Sites, I'm going to click on Google Site. So down here, I have some choices. If my website was only for one specific class, I can choose the specific coding for just the class. Or if I have multiple classes, I could have one widget on my website for all my classes. Now personally, I think that could get a little confusing. So my recommendation is to have a class announcements page for every different type of class you teach and put the Remind widget on those pages. So on my website, I would make a page for my creative writing class and I would make a page for my tech savvy teachers. So I'm going to use the creative writing one right now, and I'm going to copy the code. Then I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to my website. So you can always make a brand new page and put the widget on the page itself. I would advise against naming it Remind because I think people who don't use the Remind already would have no idea what Remind meant on a website. So you might want to label it something along the lines of class news or class assignments or upcoming things to do. Something not specifically associated with the product and more on what it's actually sharing. So I actually would like it right here on my main page. My biography, as you can see, is really short and I don't really need that much space for it. And I really want what we're doing in class to be the highlight of my website. So I'm going to go ahead and edit my page. And I'm going to click on layout because I don't want to put my widget underneath. I'm afraid it'll get buried and people won't want to scroll. But I also don't want to bury my bio. And since I have a lot of space, I'm going to just change my layout from one column to two columns. And so you'll see my biography moved on over here. I'm now in the library. I'll update that while I'm here, even though this is not a real website. And then over in this column is where I'm going to put my widget. So I'm going to put my cursor in that column, and I'm going to go up to Insert, and I'm going to go to More Gadgets in that middle column. And if you ever do get a chance to play, there are lots of really cool gadgets over here in the middle. But we are actually going to go over on the left today and go to Add Gadget by URL, and I'm going to click on it. And in that box, I'm going to paste in that code that I copied from the Remind website. And sometimes that Add button doesn't become an Add button, which is a little odd, but if you click around a little bit, I just went to the end and hit Enter. The Add button became functional. So I'm going to go ahead and click Add. And I'm not going to change any of the default settings. I'm going to leave them as is and show you what it looks like. So you have this little toolbar above your gadget. You can't see the gadget till you actually save the page. If you want it centered and it's not automatically, this is how you center. You can go back and change the settings there. This would wrap it around the text if you were interested. Those are pretty standard tools for almost any gadget or picture you put into your website. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Save. And you can see what my gadget looked like. Now, I have no Remind text because it's a new class and I haven't put any in yet. So right now it's empty. So if I were to go back to my class and I were to say, you will need to read chapter 1 by tomorrow. All right, I'm going to go ahead and send it. All right, now it was sent. We'll see how fast this works. I'm going to go back to here. I am going to refresh my page. And you'll see there it is. There is my announcement right there. Now again, you can fidget with the settings in here. So If I wanted it to be a little longer on the page, I like it at the 100% width, but let's just say I wanted it to be a little bigger on the page. I could make the height 600. You just kind of have to play with it and hit save. And it doesn't have much in there, but it made the widget longer. The other option I will just show you is I'm going to go ahead and edit this page again, and I'm going to just delete out this widget. And I'm going to go back to Remind, and I'm going to go back up to where my widget was, top right corner, Widgets, Google Site. And I'm going to do both classes this time, so I'm going to copy the code. And I'm going to come back in here, and I'm going to go to Insert, More Gadgets, Add Gadget by URL. I'm going to paste it in there. That add worked this time. And I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to hit Save. So now you can see all of my classes are in the same widget. It does say the title of the class, so if that's really up to you what you think would best serve your website viewers. So you can see that this announcement was made back in January in the Tech Savvy class, and this was the one I just made. So I obviously like to fidget, so I am going to just make that bigger this time, and we can see what it does. Okay. Oh, I think I might have just changed the wrong thing. Nope, I didn't. It just looks a little odd. All right, let's hit save. Okay, so now you can see it's longer, and it's almost showing that third one. So you can extend the size of that page or that widget so that it shows more. Alrighty, and that is it. If there's any questions, please feel free to contact your school's ITRT, and we look forward to helping you in the near future. Have a great day.